All right. What's up, everybody? Thanks again so much for the huge final push to get me to tap this little shrine right here. Other thing we gotta do, though, is close up that soundtrack incentive and lock those in. So give me the top 4 soundtracks in order.
Top 4 in order. All right. So from first place down, our winner of the bid war was, of course, Family Jewels. Following that up, in second place, we have Vert, followed by Danny B, and then Chipsel fourth.
All right.
Thank you so much for your donations to make that happen.
Okay, so quick introduction before we get started. I'm Spooty. I have played this game a lot. This is like my 4th time playing this in a GDQ marathon. And joining me on the couch, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm ehseezed. I ran Crypt the NecroDancer 2 years ago at SGDQ. I ran Melody. Spooty's a little bit better than me, though.
Yeah, and we are going to see Melody again, but not just that. We're going to see 4 characters back to back: Nocturna, Cadence, Melody, and Aria, all in a row. And thanks to all of your generous donations, we're going to be doing it twice as fast. Anyway, we are ready to get started, so I will count us off in 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, so for those unfamiliar with Crypt of the NecroDancer, it is a roguelike. Not only that, but it is a rhythm-based roguelike. So instead of you taking the turns for, whatever action you want to do whenever you want to, they'll happen whether or not you're ready for them. And now they're coming at us twice as fast.
Oh, that's not a potion. I thought that was a potion room. Okay.
It looked like a potion room. It certainly did. So starting us off, we have Nocturna. Nocturna has 2 gimmicks. One of them we are standing in currently. That is Zone Bleed from Zone 5. We'll see main Zone 5 a little bit later, but due to story reasons that you won't figure out unless you play the game, Nocturna has these random bits of the final area in the middle of the other 4 zones. The second gimmick we have as Nocturna is the Transform spell, which you can see in the top right. The Transform spell, because Nocturna is a vampire, will transform us into a bat if we ever receive lethal damage. It is an extra layer of protection that other characters will not have. With that character introduction out of the way, some things we are looking for is some healing. We did just get that in the Crown of Thorns. That will give us half a heart of heal for every 10 enemies we kill, so that is really good sustain throughout the run, as well as some real armor. What we have right now...
That's a bad find.
That is not what we're hoping for. What we have right now is glass armor, which will protect us from 1 hit, but we're looking for some actual armor that's gonna reduce damage permanently. Because the glass armor will protect us from exactly 1 hit and from a very large 1 hit, but only 1 hit. It will break because it is made of glass.
And yeah, that's kind of the story of glass equipment in general. It's very strong as far as its function, but as soon as you take a hit, it's gone. So, especially in double time, it's pretty risky to run glass. Thankfully, armor, its only purpose is to take damage and then disappear. So, it's fine to have for now, but I'd like to mute this into better armor if I can. Ooh, no, want the Crown of Thorns. Okay. Ooh, okay, a thief spawned this floor. That's a free extra item somewhere. I need to find that. Okay. Oh yeah, so why don't you tell us about the cutlass?
Oh yes, our starting weapon is the cutlass. It has an extra tile of range than the standard dagger would, but if we take a physical hit on the same beat that we would take, or that we just use the cutlass, we will parry that attack and receive 1 tile of knockback. So it's actually a very safe weapon as you are playing, but we're looking for something a little bit more. We just picked up a titanium longsword, which deals an additional damage.
That's good.
That's really good. That is the second best armor in the game. And along with our titanium sword, we hit a mini-boss shrine, which gave us a ring of piercing, which allows us to pierce through shields and various other shielded type enemies, which makes our life just a little bit easier. And then we bombed the activated shrine to receive a Charm of Strength, which gives us an additional damage. So we are at a very good breakpoint. Not a lot of enemies have that much more than 3 health. So having 3 damage is really, really nice.
Oops, okay, that's fine. So yeah, the 3 damage is really gonna help here, and piercing is just gonna simplify the situation so much. Ooh, that could be our food shop over on the right there. We definitely want to check that. That's a potential, it's not.
Oh, that's pawnbroker.
Food shop can really dramatically increase your max HP if you find it, but that is not what we have there. Pulse spell's nice.
Yeah, for people wondering how we knew that was either a food shop or a pawnbroker, there are various cracked walls around in the game. The tier of the wall that is cracked tells us what pool the secret shop is in. So that's how we both locate. Well, that's good. That's how we both locate secret shops, as well as know whether or not we kind of want to like try and get in there.
Let's take the shortcut out here. I have the pulse spell. It's great for these fights here.
So while I was talking, we picked up an obsidian rapier. Obsidian weapons deal 1 to 3 damage based off of our coin multiplier, which you can see at the very bottom there. In addition to that, we can lunge with the spear in that extra tile away from us, and that lunge will deal doubled weapon damage. So that would be from 3 to 6 damage if we are at full multiplier. So we're dealing a lot of damage because we still have that strength charm as well. So it'd be 4 to 7 damage on a full multiplier.
Cookies are nice.
Cookies are very nice. Cookies come in stacks of 6, and that was scary. And heal half a heart each. So they're very nice because you can use them whenever you need them.
Okay. What's this? Yeah, so we're in Zone 4. You need to... Can you tell us about Zone 4? Because it's the scariest part of every character run.
Yes. Zone 4 has just a ton of scary enemies. But even scarier than the enemies are those green tiles on the ground. That is ooze that makes us small. While you are small, you cannot attack, and you take doubled damage. So that's very scary.
That's the wrong spell.
That's a very scary prospect for us. On top of just a bunch of really, really difficult enemies, as well as needing to take out both the mini-boss of the floor and the sarcophagus. We'll see more of Zone 4 later. We'll see more of all the zones later. Now we're in Zone 5 proper. No more Zone Bleed. We're just in Zone 5. We got this nice conduit to stand on that will chain lightning, and that is really nice, especially for our Crown of Thorns, because there's a lot of low HP enemies here.
Yeah, the chain lightning is going to up that counter on the Crown of Thorns up on the top left very frequently. You'll just see a lot of heals pop in there to just keep us alive here. Never really... Oh, well, just as I was about to say, we never really increased max health that much. There we go. That's perfect timing.
Yeah. Also, at some point, we swap to a axe. Axe has a lunge similar to the rapier. It does not deal additional damage, but it does hit all 3 of those tiles in front of us, which is very nice.
Yeah, the axe is the best weapon type in the game, and it's not even close.
Yeah. I still personally like the rapier more, but this is Frankenstein Way. This is one of our first story bosses. Frankenstein Way has these 4 orbs that we need to either disable by using the traps that are next to them, or blow up with a bomb, because that's way easier. And that was Frankenstein Way.
All right, Conductor's a pretty chaotic fight. Hopefully it goes well. So first phase, we gotta destroy these 4 instruments by walking up the wires and then smacking them. And then the second phase, the conductor can spawn a lot of enemies at once, and we need to be on top of that. I'm gonna eat some cookies here to be safe.
Yep, so we got golden instruments here. They can only be taken out while we are on the conduit. Now we have these batteries. The batteries need to be drained of power by using the conduit. So,
Or short-circuiting with them with water balls. Water balls spawn every 3rd enemy set.
yep. So that's a really fast way to deal with them on
There we go. Okay.
on older versions of the game. You could bomb them.
And that's Nocturna done. We are on to Cadence, who is the default character. All of Nocturna's gimmicks are down, and we just play the default rules, which is a great time for some donations.
Absolutely. Spooty, I don't know if you know this. You've been in this game for a very long time, and you have a lot of people showing up for you. I've got $30 here from Zello, who says, did you know that Spooty running NecroDancer for SGDQ and raising money for MSF is an amazing cause? Did you also know that Grey Goblins do 3 hearts of damage, which is more than some mini-bosses? Did you? The NecroDancer and music game communities are cheering you on as always, Spooty, and good luck with the run. I'd say break a leg, but you kind of need yours for dance games, so break the NecroDancers instead.
Yeah, we'll come up on him at the end of this run. The NecroDancer is one of Cadence's story bosses. We'll see him soon enough.
I also have $100 here from Chef Mayhem that helped us reach that double time incentive, saying, come on, we need to get double tempo. Spooty is a standout, not just as a speedrunner, but also as a NecroDancer community representative and leader. Couldn't be happier to see him on the GDQ stage again. As the NecroDancer himself would say, free anime.
Okay. All right, so we took a very interesting shrine back there. That's the Shrine of Darkness. You may notice that we can barely see anything now, but we have the Ring of Shadows, which lets us just kind of take stuff from shops, which is kind of nice. We'll take this Warhammer. But it also gives us the full map so we can find the shops relatively easily. So yeah, definitely going to be trying to just steal stuff from the shops to really help out my build here. We still need some armor and some extra health. Oh, wrong order on that. Oh wait, no, this is workable. We can do that. Not a basic bow thing. Oh, thank you. So yeah, with this this ring, we're looking to swap it off though, because while we can rob shops with it, we also kind of like being able to use our eyes. It's kind of helpful.
The mini-map is only so helpful.
Yeah, I'm really looking at the mini-map a lot here. Whoops, that's dropped flawless. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I don't think we really touched on flawlesses, but those 3 chests that were spawning after each zone boss. Oh, monster shop.
I do not trust that. I am bombing that to get. Then that's why.
Yeah, no, that is very fair. Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
2 damage hammer
hammer
fine.
is great. But those 3 chests that are the rewards for the zone bosses only appear if you do not drop your multiplier. So you can't take damage, you can't drop the multiplier.
Oh, hold on. Do I? Okay, no. Actually, hold on. We can do a
we could do a
little
cool
thing here. Although it does come with some risk. So if we go and activate this shrine, it will reset my weapon, but give me some extra health. And then that will give me an enchant scroll, which can re-roll a weapon material. We're hoping to not see glass here. That's perfect.
Great.
Okay.
That is great.
So now I have a 2 to 4 damage hammer. The hammer has massive range. It hits a 6-tile radius in front of you, which makes it like, it tends to get snagged on enemies like that golem right there. But it is like just the Hulk smash weapon. You just kind of like push buttons towards the exit, and it usually works out. And with the Shrine of Darkness we took earlier, we've got full mapping. We know exactly where the exit is every time, which is going to make things a little easier for me.
So, real quick, I'd like to shout out those boots we got. Remember that Zone 4 ooze that we were so scared of? There are boots in the game that allow us to ignore it, and we have them. So, our snaggy hammer is not super worrisome anymore, especially going into Zone 3 and 4 here.
Okay, dash spell, not likely to use that too much. It's pretty scary on double time. It makes you dash forward like 4 tiles and deal 4 damage in the line of fire. But it's huge movement spikes on double time are kind of scary and a little unpredictable. So I don't really need to do much shopping. I have a ton of health. I have a potion. Like, this should be pretty locked up at this point.
Yeah, all we're really missing is a little bit of regen, but I don't even...
Well,
with a hammer.
if this run is looking locked up, I have something for our chat to set their eyes on, if you don't mind. And that is the Spyro Bid War. Choose the Spyro for our Spyro race coming up after this run. Right now, Pink is running away with it a little bit. I would love to see Green Spyro in the running. With about $150 to its name right now, you can influence what color Spyro our racers are going to pick in that run right after this. Back to you, Spooty, hammering away.
All right, so yeah, this hammer is just gonna make pretty quick work of these conga lines. Just smash them real fast, and that's another flawless. Hoping for another spell here. Ooh, that's a great spell.
That is a fantastic spell. We did see an axe in the shop. We were poor, and while there are methods of getting things out of the shop for free, like we experienced earlier, really not worth it when we already have a really good hammer.
Okay, so yeah, the gargoyles all have various effects depending on like what their pose is. That one exploded on hit. The hammer unfortunately kind of snagged it while I was taking out enemies and blew up on me a little bit, but it's fine. We've got good armor.
It's fine. We've got good armor. We've got, what is that? 4.5 hearts of heals in our pocket.
Hell, when we get better armor. Not that.
Not that.
That's good.
There we go.
Oops. I guess I'm just hitting that pixie. It's kind of hard to approach that with the hammer range. Oh, that's a confusion trap. Okay. It's fine.
If you ever see the confusion fly away, just know that Spooty's doing all of his inputs backwards if he's going forward.
Oops. It's fine. We didn't really need anything from the flawlesses at this point anyway. Yeah, we've got 6 hearts and a potion, so Kane should be pretty safe. All I have to do is make sure that Deadringer, the story bosses at the end of this run go well. Deadringer can hit very hard, 4 hearts of damage hard, which the armor I have, it will do a little bit to reduce that, but not a whole lot.
It'll reduce it down to 2.5, which is still very scary.
If we're all kitted out, can I jump in here real quick before we get to the boss then?
Go for it.
I would love to shout out this $25 donation from Ransom, who says, donating for my best friend James, whose life was saved by Doctors Without Borders. Thank you so much for that donation and for paying it forward. The work that Doctors Without Borders does across the world would not exist without the support of people like you.
This fight's gotten a little off the rails, but I just need to wrangle them around a little more.
So this is Deadringer. We're trying to get him to ring the bells. We could do it ourselves, but
I keep
especially in
time. Okay.
Especially in double time, it's really scary because it'll spawn a bunch of mini bosses.
Okay, there we go. Up. Okay. Oh, that one is already on. Okay.
And there's that shield
Okay,
spell.
there we go. That got a little out of hand, but it's okay. Only 2 bombs, so we're gonna have to do some button puzzles here. Okay,
Yep,
that's good.
This is the NecroDancer. Spooty is controlling both Dorian as well as Cadence at the same time. We need to drop our hammer so we can grab the golden loot. The golden loot does damage only when you move, so bumping into an enemy will not attack it. This is relevant information that will help us soon, as well as currently, but...
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Death spell got 1 use in. All right. Character 3, Melody.
Character 3, Melody. Hey, would you look at that? The golden loot returns. So that's why it's important. Melody is very easy to... it's possible to get surrounded.
That's like the best item for Melody, just sitting on the first floor chest. Okay.
Yeah, so if you get surrounded as Melody, that just means you can't do anything, you can't attack, so you have to either bomb yourself, and bombs do 2 hearts of damage, which is very scary. As you notice, Melody is our first character that starts not with 3 health.
Okay, that's kind of rough because I cannot. I don't have a way to. I don't think I have a way to kill that. I'm gonna do a little bit of checking around to see if there's another bomb on the floor somewhere. This could maybe be what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Oh no, that destroys the door. Is there bomb traps? Oh, okay. Wait.
Oh yeah, you can use the trapdoor.
Okay, yeah, this'll work. But yeah, I'd really like to kill that food shop if I can find another bomb, which there might be one in this barrel. That's just a windshield. Okay. Well, in that case, we're just gonna have to leave the food shop alone, and that's gonna make finding extra max health for Melody kind of tricky.
Yeah, Melody is the frailest character that
we've seen so far.
That we've seen so far. Starting with that max 2 HP instead of 3 is a little bit rough when you're new to the game. But Melody is a fairly strong character, so we'll be fine.
Chat is full of energy for
nice.
you. I also, before things heated up too much, wanted to let everyone know that we have just opened up a new incentive for our upcoming run of Supraland any percent glitchless, and that is to fight Rattle Hag. This is a fight that is normally skipped during the any percent run, but we can see it if we raise $15,000. The floor is yours, chat. I know you will do what you always do. I also have $20 from Thomas here, very fitting. Here for my 18th GDQ, watching from Australia, and my first living with my girlfriend, and we've been loving every moment. Good luck to all the runners, and no incentive left behind. I agree.
Okay, that was a little scary. It got my health kind of low. Yeah, it's worth noting that, story mode, you have to beat all 4 characters back to back. If I die at any point, it goes back to Nocturna. Obviously, for a marathon setting, that's not really viable, so I will just play the rest of the characters out individually if it comes down to that. Hopefully it won't. So far, so good. We've made it through about 2.5 without any problems. I think I would rather have that.
Yep. To explain something that we saw just a little bit right before those donations, we were pushing around this purple urn that happened to drop us. What was it, the fireball spell, or was it dash? It happened to drop us a spell as well as the best armor in the game, the heavy plate armor, which will protect us from 2 hearts of damage, as well as a ham, which heals us for 4 hearts. It's very nice. It's actually a very rare, crate type item. And it takes, oh, very nice.
Okay, so we already saw the food shop, so we know that this tier 3 cracked wall is just a pawnbroker, and we don't care. Okay. All right, so Coral Riff, yeah, we're just gonna use a bomb here. Just need to line them up. There we go. So we kind of want a better ring. Ring of Gold is, oh, yeah, that's, we leave bomb behind. Bomb's kind of nice. It drops a bomb that can't damage you, but generally the regular bombs work just fine for that, so definitely prefer having the heal here.
Yeah, with heavy plate, we're not really worried about the bombs killing us.
But yeah, I'm going to be just trying to push pretty hard at this point. There's not really much this build needs to be able to feasibly win the game from here, but still need to be a little careful, and with Melody needing to move constantly, it can be a little tricky. Like if you find yourself in that full surround situation at some point, things can get bad real fast. Okay. Missed the flawless there, but it's fine. The build doesn't really need much else here.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you could talk about stair healing and blood
I was just about to. So, when you cast spells in this game, the spells goes on to cooldown. You can see the heal spell is currently on 9 kills or 1 heart. That 1 heart represents what the blood magic cost would be for casting that spell while it's on cooldown. However, when you jump onto the end of floor staircase in this game, you are fully invincible. This includes to blood magic. So we can use our blood magic heal to ignore the 1 health cost of casting heal and instead just take the half heart heal from the spell.
The fireball spell on that pixie was beautiful. Yeah, pixies heal you if they touch you, but if they take damage, they explode. And you can take advantage of that and make them explode in a swarm of enemies and just clear them out for you. It's pretty handy. Okay, so we're on the final zone here. Same story as the other two characters. We want to make heavy use of the wire to get that chain lightning effect. Just makes clearing out these big swarms of complicated enemies that much easier.
Yep. The conduit is a very nice help, like for all characters, especially our next character though.
Yeah, real quick, before the difficulty amps up to truly 11, I wanted to shout out this $1,000 donation from Autorhinosaur. No comment, but thank you so much. Also, as we scrap with the NecroDancer one more time, some more love from your community, Spooty. $7 here from Goof Custom, who requests, please take every telemonkey you see. Thank you.
Okay, now this is the point where I'm gonna need some concentration. This is Arya, who dies if I ever miss a beat. So I'm gonna ask the audience, if you'd like to clap, you can clap a single time whenever I finish a floor. Otherwise, hold it for the end. And yeah, if tech could lower the audio of commentator and host in my headphones, it would be appreciated. Here we go.
Spooty, you've absolutely got this.
So remember how—
I lost game audio. Okay. Thank you.
Do we remember how Melody was frail? Arya is frailer. Arya is half a heart and dies if we miss a beat. We do spawn with a potion, which is very nice. So that will save us from 1 missed beat. Or we could consume it by taking a hit. Arya is also weapon locked to the base dagger. So we will never get more range, we will never get more damage out of our weapon slot. Any damage ups will have to come in the form of our armor or head slot or anything else. That karate gi will give us additional damage. Usually it has the downside of causing you to take additional damage, but when any hit is lethal, who cares? It's more damage. This is also where the glass armor comes in real handy. Because while we don't need to reduce damage, preventing it altogether is very nice. So we might swap out our gi later, depending on circumstance.
Perfectly timed with the start of this absolutely maddening run. I have $200 here from KT, who says, good luck, Spooty. And I agree. Do you not see the lock-in right now, chat? gdq.gg/donate.
So at the end of that floor there, we farmed a leprechaun. The leprechaun drops the Charm of Luck, which will... Its main purpose is to prevent bats from attacking us if they can. So it's a very useful pickup on Arya. Ooh, we just got the earmuffs, or the spiked ears, whatever you want to call them. These spiked ears give us 2 additional damage so long as we do not drop a beat. And you know, as Arya, we're not quite fond of dropping beats, so the earmuffs are a really good headpiece. So as we are leaving Zone 5 here, I would like to quickly mention that, much like Nocturna, Arya receives Zone Bleed. She doesn't receive Nocturna's version of Zone Bleed. Instead, in Zones Beyond 4, we will continue to see the Zone 4 enemies show up. And then the Zone 3 enemies will show up in Zone 2. As we are ascending out of the Crypt, we are just going to continue to see more and more of these enemies that are already annoying keep showing up in places they're not supposed to be. That is a really good pickup. That is also a pretty good pickup, but we're gonna keep our Shield of Strength because that is giving us an additional damage. So that ring we just got is going to transform our spells into their greater variants. Greater Pulse goes from dealing 5 damage to dealing 10 damage. So that is going to one-shot basically everything in the game. It also causes the spell to go off of cooldown twice as fast.
I just briefly want to shout out our in-person audience here. You are absolutely crushing it on the single claps for Spooty, and I hope the chats are full of single clap emotes as well. Green Spyro is also beginning to mount a comeback in our Choose the Spyro bid war. Just about a $400 difference between it and Pink. Keep the energy going. You are all so locked in. I have never believed in y'all more.
That is a really useful item. That is the heart transplant. That will allow us to go into no beat mode for 20 whole seconds or until we leave the floor. Oh, there goes our shield. That's why we have it now. So the shields will prevent damage if they get hit and we are facing the enemy. Unfortunately, that was additional damage that we were holding on to, but you don't really need additional damage when it comes at the cost of your life. And that is really well handled. That orange armadillo is capable of moving diagonally.
Okay, I lost my beat. That's still alive. I'm just gonna pop the heart transplant here.
Yeah, so that's the fastest song in the game, and now we've doubled it. I do not blame Spooty for using that heart transplant for fixed beat mode for that one. So we did miss beat at the end of 4-3 there. That means we lost our earmuffs as well as our potion. So we went from a lot of damage to basically none. However, we did just pick up a glass jaw. That doubles our overall damage output. We did, however, turn down the glass armor. We have the karate gi. We kept the karate gi. So we are back up to 4 damage. And as you've noticed that Zone Bleed is kicked in, there is an orange armadillo down there that's hiding.
I'm not sure how I dropped a beat there, but okay, well, that's okay. Unfortunately, that means the official story mode run is over, but
yep, so
we will do what we can to finish a solo run of Aria.
Yep, so we're starting back from the top, just as Aria. Unfortunate, but, you know, double time Aria is one of the hardest things you can do. There is a character that is technically double time in Aria, along with not being able to pick up money. And the achievement for beating the game as Coda, that is the name of the character, is impossible, right? Which just tells you how much the devs thought that Coda was possible. And yet, people have beaten Coda without picking up items at all. So, and Spooty's one of them, so.
You could absolutely hear a pin drop in this room, and I know everyone sitting here in the audience, we are holding the energy right now, but as soon as Spooty comes off of that mute, I want everyone here to pop off for him, for this incredible display of skill. As an extra treat, we are coming up on $115,000 total raised for Doctors Without Borders, and I think that would be an especially kind gift to give to both our runner who is locked in beyond measure, as well as our amazing charity partner and the global work they do. So let's hear it for Spooty in the future.
so we picked up Boots of Strength. That's a +1 that goes in our boots slot. It will not protect us from ooze, but right now we're more concerned about how we only deal 1 damage normally. Glass armor, that is a good pickup. And we are back into Zone 4. Now, as we're going back through Zone 4, I'd like to just take a moment to appreciate the developers of Synchrony. Synchrony started development as a fan mod for Crypt the NecroDancer to add online multiplayer to it. Developed by Maruki, who basically had to rewrite all of Crypt the NecroDancer to get multiplayer to work. Eventually, as we are here now today, got it put into the game as a full DLC, but it's more than just a DLC. It is a full engine rewrite. The game plays so much better now, and I just wanted to shout out Maru while we're rolling back through Zone 4. Incredible work. We do really love and appreciate the work you did for this game. It is so awesome that this game is where it is today. Unfortunately for Maru, it is 4 a.m. where he is, so I assume he'll see this later.
Shout
Let's
out
get
to
rid of
everyone
this.
watching this in the future on the VODs on YouTube. We see you, we love you. I also wanted to let everyone know that Green has now taken the lead on the Spyro bid war. And Spooty can't hear this, but I happen to know that his runner's choice is for Pink. So if you want to honor the absolute masterclass you are seeing, you've got about a $200 gap to make up in order to bring Pink back to the lead.
All right, so in that shop, we just found heavy glass. Heavy glass, unlike the regular glass armor, will protect us from 3 hits. So it's just like if we had 3 glass armors. It also gives us the heavy status, which means we will not be moved around by bounce traps, which is more of a bonus than anything. But it is still very useful because bounce traps can be incredibly disorienting. And now we are back into Zone 3. Zone 3 is very hectic. The skeleton riders coming around, they move every beat. They're very scary. Mixed with the Zone 4 enemies, the Blade Masters that parry us because we do not have any form of piercing. And the telemages that teleport us to their square when we hit them, combined with the diagonal moving armadillos and the diagonal moving lava dogs, the hot dogs as we call them. It just gets to be a lot. Zone 3 is probably the scariest part of any Aria run. Like, Zone 4 is pretty scary, but Zone 3 is where everything comes to like a culmination because we have so many floor hazards. Because we can't stand on hot coals. Hot coals will damage you if you end your beat on top of them without hot coals protection. And you can't stand on ice. You just slip and slide unless you have those spiked boots that we had earlier. And we are into Zone 2. Hopefully in the home stretch. Zone 2 is a little bit calmer, not as many floor hazards to deal with. Still got all those annoying enemies, and now we got those Zone 3 enemies in Zone 2, but honestly, the added variety gets rid of the more annoying Zone 4 enemies, and we appreciate that a lot.
Less than $500 to go for that 115K. I want our pop-off at the end of this run to be as big as possible. $5 from Liz saying, let's go Spooty, Aria, and MSF, less than 3.
So we're gonna take a little shortcut to the end of the level here. Really convenient tunnel to the back of the shop. And we got a Ring of Piercing. So those shielded skeletons, those shielded anythings, the skeleton riders, we can deal with them just a little bit easier. Also, a little secret if you've played this game, King Konga's throne is a tier 3 wall, which means we can dig it with our obsidian shovel. Or any other method of digging tier 3 walls. We are in the home stretch now. Zone 1. Where our run started, where our runs will end. It's fairly calm because the tracks themselves are much slower, but we've got all of the everything still happening. There's those pixies we were talking about. Sarcophagus is still here spawning enemies, being really annoying. We're not going to be allowed into that shop because that spider's really annoying. But it's no big deal. We're kind of at an endgame. Don't really know what we're going to be searching for as far as pickups. I mean, a little bit of damage never hurt. And this is the last regular floor of the game. Just got to take things slow, make sure we are fully in the clear before we make decisions. That is what playing Aria is about. That is what playing double tempo Aria is about. That is a really unfortunate blue dragon. Expertly handled. You usually want to handle blue dragons from above or below them, because obviously when you are horizontal to them, they will shoot their ice breath, and being frozen is just a death sentence.
Okay, final boss.
This is the final boss. This is the golden loot. I'm just gonna let this one play out.
Okay, this is off the rails. But it's almost dead. Okay, well, I'm overestimate, so unfortunately, we're just gonna finish this way. We're just gonna go into practice mode, beat the golden loot, and we'll call time there. So hopefully I can pull off the quick kill correctly this time. Not quite right. Okay, 1-1. Oh. Come on, once more. You have to react. Like, these movements are random. You have to react to them on the fly. It's very tough.
Yep, the sarcophagus spawn random enemies. The enemies will move random.
There we go. All right, time.
Make some noise for Spooty. $25 from Smush. Spooty, 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 Spooty.
All right, so since I'm overestimate, I'll keep it short. I just want to give special shout outs to Maruq, who originally started Synchrony as a fan project to just rework the engine, fix some bugs, do some balance changes, and Brace Yourself Games reached out to him and made an official project, and it allowed me to do this category. It added the support to add double tempo to other modes. Little sad I didn't quite do it in one shot, but I still showed off everything that it has to offer. Shout outs to ehseezed here for stepping up last second to do commentary for me on the couch. I also want to give shout outs to Condor Racing League. They are actually starting a racing event pretty soon if this game looked appealing to you. And don't worry about what you just saw. That centers around cadence on single time, and it's got divisions for every skill level. So if this game looks cool, it's been over 10 years since this game originally launched, and we've still got a racing scene going, and it's a wonderful group of people. Any last shout outs you have before we get off the stage?
Yeah, just a shout outs to the wider NecroDancer community. Obviously the Condor people are awesome, Maru's awesome, but the NecroDancer community as a whole is really cool too. And I just wanted to give them shout outs.
All right. And with that, thanks for having me on the stage. Stay tuned for Spyro. I'm excited for it.